Hello, everybody. Here in the United States, we hope you had a good 4th of July. It's interesting energies for sure. Today is the 6th. I guess we have a huge portal tomorrow, like the 777. Um, and there's a lot of information out there. I encourage you to do your own spiritual detective work. But for me, it's a pretty big portal. I would say galactic, connected to Sirius A and B, are kind of our star family. It's realignment. There's a lot of planets doing a lot of things. So, those days can be amazing and expansive. They can also be
Chaotic
chaotic or
and
like,
turn your lives upside down.
yeah, like heavy. You know what I mean?
Serious return is
Yeah.
well, the heaviness is the all the light that's coming in. It's clearing out, flushing out the lower vibrations.
Yeah. So just be in the awareness of it with nothing wrong, just go with the flow. And so much distraction. I mean, it's just amazing. And for me, what I've been finding is just the little things like watering my flowers and appreciating the dragonflies and laying in the pool and looking at a cloud, just allowing those sweet things to kind of be your world versus all the other noise out there. And it's pretty noisy. So,
Yeah, I think that this month, with the opening of that portal, as we say, these astrological or galactic energies that are flowing in, they're faster than we're used to at the physical level. And
yeah.
so a busy mind and a uncentered emotional body will get wound up even more and get triggered even more. And then
Yeah.
it's this, you have this thing of the emotional body starts to, and then your mind gets more and more frenetic. So I think that's the theme. How do we allow those energies to integrate without,
Yeah.
us getting more and more chaotic and the whipping up of those energies, right? And that is to slow down. There's like it's to slow down. It's to, oh yeah, I need to slow down and be more present in your being, whether that's with nature or water or the elements are great, nature's great. So
Yeah, I'll say this too. Those frequencies too will trigger old things. Things that are, and I sound like a broken record, but it'll catch you like sideways, those deep wounds, and you'll react or you'll want to react. So do your best. And it's like an energy, it'll move from you to another person to another person to another person. So it's pretty interesting to watch, and it's just energy. You don't have to it may stick to you and you may have to grind it out a little bit, but it will recalibrate. Um,
well, I think that's energetically what's happening for us is Sirius is six-dimensional energy. So that's your soul, your higher soul, your third eye in the chakra system. So these frequencies are coming and they're soul level frequencies. And we're still in the 3D, the third dimension, right? And a lot of us are still clearing our emotional bodies and our mental bodies. But to clear them, you really kind of got to get to the next level. You have to be grounded in an open heart, a heart that's centered in your higher self, centered in God. And when you start to anchor that in, you won't get caught in all the mental stuff because all the mental stuff is designed to keep you focused on the mental plane and the ego mind. And then, so there is a certain amount of washing that allows for the discernment between the monkey mind and the inspiration of spirit. And that's where a lot of people are, right? And we've got to discern where are those and listen to that inner guidance so that we can allow that centeredness in our heart. Just really a really heart-based fourth, fifth, sixth dimensional heart-based. That's what's kind of coming for all of us to be in that right now.
Yeah.
That's the transition that we're happening. That's what's happening. So
Yeah. So to me, what we were kind of tuning in, besides all of that, and I think there's a lot of washing going on, so we'll be nice and clean by the end of all of this, hopefully. Um, if you don't get whipped up too much in the cycle and have some tears and whatever, are the Andaras. I mean, they are so active right now. And a couple people are shaking their heads. So thank you for people that are working with the Andaras. And they're like literally I was laying in bed last night and this one is like over on a thing and it was like like yelling, like calling me like to go get it and start working with it. So swim with them, put them in your bathtub, put them out in the land, sleep with them, whatever, put them on your body, whatever you need to do. But these Andaras, and they're getting harder and harder. I mean, I've been working with them a long time, and there's a lot of um, imitations out there. People just kind of don't really understand what they are, so they make them, I guess. And they're getting harder and harder for me to get from the people, and I only get them from two people that I have worked with for years. So, and that I trust. And I've tried other suppliers, but you can tell. Anyway, or I can tell, and that maybe that's my judgment, but they are like vibrating so high right now, and I feel like what they're saying is that they're here as a tool, and they're here as a tool to support us. And they'll tell you, what you need to do with them and how you need to work with them. And because they are formed outside of this matrix,
3D.
outside of the three-dimensional, they are in the earth. They are not, they come up from within the earth, and that's how they're found. And so places like, originally it was Mount Shasta. And then in Egypt, we were in Egypt traveling, and they had moved the Isis temple on the Nile, and they started surfacing there. So to me, they're coming up from places, sacred places, and a lot of them were sacred land, where Lemuria and Atlantis were. I mean, they were all buried for us to experience them and have them and use them for now. And many of the personal ones are programmed for you at this moment in time, which is so exciting, right? So be in that and use them to support you. And I know that Michael studies the science and looked at their molecular structure and how they're related to water. And, there's a whole two write-ups on our website. I'm more the intuitive um, experience with them of trusting that. But do both, like so if you have Andaras, I would say lean into them, allow them to talk to you, allow them to support you through this cycle. And there's downloads in there waiting for you, your soul. So, and our collective soul, what we call the Andara consciousness, Ra, Ra,
Andara.
Ra,
My
Ra,
God.
and Ra is God.
Ananda. Joy.
Ananda,
Joy.
joy. Yeah. And so Ra is also with Egypt, that was the sun god. So there's many weavings and in there they're going to come online more and more and more, I feel. And I'm really grateful that we've been able to have them. We have a lot of the original ones that we use. We grid them with new ones that come in. I got a batch yesterday. I was like a kid in a candy store. They're all under our Merlin tree, Duganavi. Ones wanted to be over here, and they were all talking to each other. And so they're all out there marinating and doing whatever they're doing and getting the wisdom of our 350-year-old oak tree. So through that portal. So yeah. So as
And
I think,
they switch timelines, don't they, honey?
yeah,
So as you tune into them, it can kind of help you work and navigate timelines. We're always kind of unconsciously moving to higher timelines based upon our own expansion and ascension. And Indaras are part of a collective consciousness. I mean, like when you look at quartz, right, a quartz crystal, and you see it, it looks like it's not moving. It looks like it's inert. It looks like it's just a stone, but it's really moving at more than 1 million vibrations a second. And that has an effect on your pineal gland, has an endocrine system, and your crystalline light body. All of these things are activated by quartz. And I'm sure a lot of people have heard we are a big quartz crystal.
Hmm.
And these Andaras are kind of connected through Andromeda, basically, is my feeling. It's easy to talk about the science. It's a little more woo-y for me to talk about the intuition and all the and all the impressions or the downloads that we get. So, but they're really helpful for grounding these energies. We keep coming back to slowing down and grounding these energies, and they'll call to you. If they resonate with you, great. If not,
That's okay too.
it's okay too. But so we just wanted to share a little bit about that because they are like transmitters. They're literally transmitters, and they'll work with you like your own personal organic AI to help you in your ascension process. So,
Yeah, like some people go to, I guess there's these places where you go and you plug in and there's all this sound and light and machines around you. We don't really need that. Just get a couple Andaras and put them around you. Like that's that literally that will in it. What I love about them is they start to work energetically with your field, so there's a symbiotic relationship. And then you begin, and even in healing, you can use them. So they're here on many different levels. So I don't know why they were calling and why they wanted to be mentioned this morning, but that's what I was guided to do. And
because we're moving into planetary work. The stellar activation cycle is becoming stronger and stronger. The frequencies from Sirius are opening the fourth, fifth, and sixth energies. The fourth and sixth identity or our soul identity is coming online. And to do that, you have to be connected to the planet. You're not going to be able to just ascend just without the planet. You have to have that energy, that biofeedback loop between the planetary grid and your
mm,
personal grid, because that's who you are. You all have a planetary grid, you have a galactic grid, you have a universal grid. All of those are what we call the Cathar or the tree of life. They're all within you, and that's what's being activated, right? So I kind of forgot what I was going to say there, honey. What was I talking about?
connected to the earth. And I feel when you bring that grid online, that is how we ascend. We don't ascend out there. We ascend in here.
Oh
So
yeah, it's the Cathar grid, right? What is the Cathar grid? The Cathar grid aligns us with our Christos or 12th dimensional identities in the different harmonic universes. And then the chakras or the horizontal um, perception mechanisms, they're actually the identity in those universes. So when you connect to the chakras, you're connecting with the identity of who you are. So there's like this thing that's happened, and we were discussing it the other day on 4th of July, was you're starting to see these veils, you're starting to have different perceptions, you're starting to see things from no time, no space, or you're starting to see things from through the eyes of somebody else. You're like, who is this?
am I
Who's in my
losing?
dreams? Your dreams are becoming more and more lucid. And what does that mean? It means you're going to be able to this physical reality to become more and more like a dream for you, meaning you can it's malleable and flexible, and your thoughts will become, you'll be living creators in real time. So it's like it's fun times, it's exciting time. But I just thought we,
It's also can be very disorienting and feeling untethered. Yeah, and whipped around. So you got tools, whatever tools you use, call them in, but if like the Andaras, for me, that's one thing they've been really, really noisy.
and
So,
they help with discerning the different identities and connecting to the different identities. So
yeah.
that's what we call Stargate Ascension, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Stargate Ascension. Okay, so are you complete, babe?
I am. I am.
Okay. I'm just gonna bring up our There we are.
So yeah, just take a moment to breathe in this image and see this, see your heart field. Feel it as this emerald green and feel the outer heart holding the inner heart, protecting it. And just breathe in those frequencies of the emerald, the green ray, those healing frequencies. Hold them in your heart, kind of swirl them around a little bit, and you can exhale them up and down through your Sushumna channel. Let's do that together. Just breathing in, holding in your heart, and this is called induction of your heart field. And just feeling those emerald rays from source within you, your connection to source, and then exhaling up and down, just kind of clearing your pranic tube, your Sushumna channel. Again, we're all going to begin to synchronize now. Breathing in. Hold in your heart and then look right in the center. See that bright, brilliant white, silver white light right in the center of the heart there. Focus that. See that that's in you. Hold that energy and then exhale it up and down your Sushumna. One more time. Breathe in. Now feel the pulsing of that white light. And feel how the emerald energies are infused with this brilliant white light. And exhaling. And just allow yourself to reset now. Just allow your breathing to breathe you. Check your alignment now and see the fullness. See if you can feel not only the inner heart, but the outer electromagnetic field of the outer heart. And see if you can feel the emerald consciousness. You may feel it like a opening it first, as if the sun is shining within your heart. As you go a little deeper into the feeling of that inner sun, as it's immersed, imbued with the emerald frequencies, the emerald rays of consciousness. Begin to breathe them out through your auric field. If you're pushing them out, after they charge with the emerald frequencies, then just push those emerald frequencies, radiate them forth through all of your auric fields, your energetic body, your emotional body, your mental body, your astral, etheric, causal, and all your spiritual bodies. And when you feel like those rays have kind of created an emerald hue around your form, it's almost like your skin is radiating, or the etheric layer around your skin is radiating this emerald frequency. And just kind of notice now how You shishun the channels wide open. You notice that your root chakra, there's a opening for your antakarana, shishumna all the way down into Mother Earth, from your crown above, reaching 3 feet above you. And begin to synchronize now, whatever you feel like. Maybe you're breathing in, you're inhaling energy up from Mother Earth into your heart. Feeling that ever blossoming new joy of the emerald ray and exhaling that joy out into your emerald radiant field around your physical vehicle. Breathe in, hold, feel source charging with the emerald consciousness, exhaling out. Begin to now just allow that to happen on its own. You're kind of grounded and tethered into Mother Earth. You got the biofeedback loop happening. And maybe you step with your awareness, step back behind your body, or maybe step a little bit above, looking down at your body. Maybe at a diagonal 2 to 3 feet behind your head. And begin to sense the fullness of your auric field from without, looking in. Sensing its periphery, sensing its color, sensing its shine. Also sense and see if you feel like it's a fully, like an egg, if it's fully open, expanded. If you feel maybe there's like a dent someplace, and just push your energy or emerald frequencies from your heart through that, push it out. And you'll kind of know when it's fully illuminated because you'll start to get a sense of fullness from within. And yet you can still observe and experience your emerald body from without. Good. And you'll kind of notice that from without perspective, maybe it's 2 feet from outside of you, is beginning to pull or expand the physical form around itself. It's as if you have another body, an emerald body that's 2 feet larger than the physical body. And allow yourself to rest in that emerald body and to perceive from the emerald consciousness. And notice how your heart of the inner form, third dimensional, and the emerald form, electromagnetic, are superimposed through the same heart center as one. It's one heart. one unified heart that has many hearts, one for each frequency of your 12th dimensional body, and also one for your harmonic identity in the soul and oversoul and avatar universes. Just see if that rings true for you and how you would like to explore that, to experience the knowing of that truth of your heart. Now you may notice that there's some energies that are activating your third eye. Just become present. They've already been activated, but you're in the inquiry. Is this my third eye from the physical body, or is this my third eye from my emerald body? My emerald electromagnetic crystalline body. Are they one and the same, or is there some, are they both happening? And then just let go of the discerning and just receive. And notice how the frequencies of the energies coming in through your third eye, both through the physical and the soul self, emerging in the center of your heart field. One could say we're getting a sixth dimensional activation, upgrade, anchoring, expansion. And once you've kind of felt it locked into your heart, then begin to feel it. What does it feel like for you? Is it light and airy? Is it well-being? Is it fullness? Is there a hint of joy? Yeah. See if you can focus on that joy and begin to breathe into that joy as if you're breathing life into it. And then allow the joy to express through you. It has its own higher consciousness. Joy is here for you. Breathe her in. Allow her to make room in your heart. And allow her to shine her eternal, ever new joy. if you can just kind of hold on to that joy. She's kind of very softly intensifying her presence within your heart field. And you may experience it as a slight pinching or a piercing. You may experience it as your heart field beginning to swirl. And stay or have the intention to follow that joy ever deeper. Stay within the eye of the intensity. This is your refuge in God. No matter the swirling or the chaos around you, here you're undisturbed. Acknowledge that for yourself. Good. Beginning to lock in now. Locks in, you can kind of feel it galvanize, the joy galvanize consciousness. It moves from kind of a ray waves to into just a radiance. And the heart itself becomes more pliable, liquid, plasmic. These are the higher frequencies of your soul identity, your soul self. These are the fire codes for your soul architecture, light body, your DNA activation, or it's been activated for you, through your presencing. And play with the joy and the plasma. You may have noticed that as you play, the connection between your Shushumna through your root, lower chakra, the root all the way down to the core of Mother Earth has become more stronger. It's almost as if you can feel the current of Mother Earth flowing up into your heart field, basking in your plasmic heart field, and radiating forth through you, through your auric fields, through your, plasma, emerald light body. Just continue to breathe and synchronize and integrate. Very interesting. Now you may notice that your third eye has kind of created a disc, a horizontal disc around your skull. Maybe it's more like a halo, or could be even like a foot to 2 feet outside of you. It's as if the heart field is projecting, illuminating this disc of your third eye. And you're just bringing into coherence the two of your heart field and the disc around your third eye. You may even see it as kind of to the front of your third eye. So maybe it goes 6 inches to a foot, and then just kind of spin clockwise to your right ear, to medulla oblongata behind you, to your left ear, back to the front. I'll call this a consciousness shield of your sixth dimensional higher self. We could also call this a Sirian gateway. Access through your heart field and connection to Mother Earth. And as that Sirian gateway, it begins to get stronger at the disc of consciousness. It may feel like you're got a big hat on, electromagnetic hat, just massaging your brain, stimulating your pineal. Just allow those frequencies to interpenetrate through your third dimensional physical vehicle, yet still aware that you're in your emerald body, holding joy and love, caressing the third dimensional identity. Now we're all being connected through our third eyes now. You may feel like a beam of your third eye is opened, and there's like an incoming current that's opening out the periphery of it. You may feel it is almost 8 inches to 4 to 8 inches wide from the inside of your third eye, your forehead. There's this current coming in that's opening, and then there's this current going out from the center of your pineal gland, from the center of your brain, through the corridor that's being created into a unified center. If you can just imagine, all of our third eyes are projecting out in front of us, And just imagine all of us are united at that center point as we beam these lotus emerald frequencies, heart frequencies, the brilliant silver white with the emerald hue. Just begin to focus. You might be going back and forth between your own third eye and the center point. There's like a calibration happening. But what you'll begin to notice is that the center point, the node, each of us are a wheel connected into that node. And somehow we're in a consciousness platform that's another disk beyond this reality. And as we focus on the center, it becomes this consciousness disk or platform, this collective consciousness becomes more tangible for us. And we notice that we've kind of moved through the Sirian gateway of our own sixth dimensional pineal into the Sirian platform of consciousness, soul consciousness. And when you feel like you've kind of landed there, or just keep breathing until you feel yourself landing there, it becomes more of your present awareness. You're just breathing in your surroundings, your consciousness of your higher mental mind in the sixth dimension. It's almost like we're all kind of popping into this grid together. And so just kind of sense around that we're all here together. And that we've collectively created this grid through our third eye opening. And it's powered by the energy that's moving from the core of Mother Earth through our heart fields. Feel and know all of that for yourself. Good. As it locks in, you're going to start to feel a joy kind of pushing through your high heart, a recognition of truth, like a joy of celebration, too. And if you can, just begin to keep breathing into that joy, like there's nothing else but the joy and you interacting and expanding and becoming that joy. Letting go of the form and becoming joy itself. Here, it's easy. Together, it's easy. You're all going to start to breathe together. And have the awareness when you're breathing into this space, this collective consciousness. You're breathing energy up from the core of Mother Earth, the crystalline core, and her codes, her DNA codes, her activation codes. You're breathing them up through your heart field into your heart light body form here in the collective consciousness, holding and experiencing joy and exhaling your essence of joy into the collective. And notice how the platform itself vibrates and expands, vibrates and intensifies, becomes more energized, we should say. Let us begin together. Awareness down at the core of Mother Earth, breathing in. Heart, third eye, into collective consciousness, feeling the joy and exhaling. Noticing the grid itself, the platform of consciousness responding to your joy. And you're now on your own, breathing in. See if you can discern or notice how the platform is being charged up through your pranic biofeedback loop with your heart and Mother Earth. As you infuse it with your soul essence joy, how does the platform respond? It's beginning to not only vibrate, you may even start to feel it lifting slightly. And continue just to feed from your heart shield, your heart field, joy. You even start to notice that the consciousness platform, the disc becomes more illuminated. You may even start to notice the emerald hue around the periphery of the disc. Maybe even be able to sense your heart in this space is an emerald. And it's like an emerald diamond or an emerald Andara. All of those frequencies you're infusing into this soul consciousness collective platform. And you may also notice that our higher selves are here Some are holding the platform, helping it to stay steady. Some are with your grace and with your intention, pouring their grace into and expanding our Emerald Heart platform. And some you may notice are with us inside the platform itself as light beings. You may see them as blue forms, like Sirians, or emerald forms, like the Emerald Order. Or you may just feel them as spheres of light. All are here in their different light bodies for you to receive, become acclimated to. The different frequencies and the different forms as you become more aware of your soul perceptive self. And just take a moment now between your inhales and exhales to reach out from your loving heart, your joy, and just connect. Connect with your Christos self, eternal self, the Christos family lineage, and feel how joyous they are in the reunion as you're accepted back in. You're always in. But it was your joy that unified the awareness within you. Breathe in there emerald love into your heart. And we're going to begin to withdraw our awareness from this collective field. You can keep an awareness of yourself that's always here. Tune in whenever you feel to tune in. But as you breathe into your heart, allow yourself to drop down through the disc around your third eye, through your crown chakras, if you're dropping back down into your emerald body, and then back down into your telluric or two-dimensional, third-dimensional body. So breathing in. With your intention now, exhale and drop down through the different gates, back down into your heart field. And just feel yourself alive and awake, imbued with your emerald soul consciousness. Fully anchored in your root and in your Sushumna, bringing your hands in Namaste, unifying heart and third eye. Mm-hmm. Slowly opening your eyes. Mm. Have a beautiful week. Sending you all much love and thank you always for being with us. Namaste. I can't see the recording, sweetie.